Hello everybody, my name's Steve, I'm the British Railroader and welcome to, well, what's not actually my model railroad room. Now, I wanted to just give you a quick update on where I am with my 009 layout. And the reason I'm in a different room is those of you that know will know that my model railroad room is just a very small 8-foot by 6-foot room, and it's also my home office. So when I picked this up from Neil at the little layout company, it occurred to me I might not be able to fit it in, what with everything else that's in there. Now I'm going to have a bit of a reorganisation and hopefully I will be able to fit it in there. But for the meantime, Mrs. British Railroader has authorised me to set it up so I can start working on it in our, I'm going to say, spare bedroom. It's not really. It's actually my stepson's room, but he's away at university, so I'm getting to use it for a little while. And I thought it would be just nice just to go over with you some of the things, some of the plans that I've got and what progress I've made. So progress is nothing. I've not laid any track. Even this blue foam that you can see on here, this literally arrived today. I've just put it on just to see what the coverage was like. So that all covers it nicely. I am in the process of planning how the layout is going to look, because let's face it, you can't lay track until you know where you want it. One thing that I do know is that I want quite a tight radius. So I have created myself a template, and the reason I created this was because I did look at the track setters that you can buy, but unfortunately the tightest radius they do is 9 inches, and I wanted to go down to around 7 inches. So I spent quite a long time finding something circular in the house that I could use. Obviously, if I'd had a compass, I would have used that, but I don't have one, so I must get one. And I found a plate that was just a little over 14 inches in diameter, and I thought that'll do, because what I'm going to do is use this to draw around, and that will be the center line of my track. Now, I've got 2 foot by 4 foot to work with, or 600 millimeters by 1200 millimeters. It's actually in metric, but it's near as damn it is 2 foot by 4. I have got some lengths of Peco's Crazy Track, their 009 track. I've so far got 3 sets of their 009 Crazy Track points. I say Crazy Track, they do 2 types. So this is, they call it Crazy Track, but this is kind of like your more rustic looking track. They do what they call 009 mainline track and points. And I did toy with using it, but actually I want a little bit of a rustic look. These are all Electrofrog points, which I haven't used Electrofrog for quite a while. So I've got I do know how to use them because I've reminded myself, but there are a couple of things with these. The more modern Electrofrog points actually have a wire that you can then use to switch the frog polarity and not just rely on the point blades. These don't have that. The mainline ones do, but these older ones don't. So I've got a little solution where I'm going to have to solder some wires in places that I didn't know. So at the moment I've got 3 sets of points. I've got another 3 sets coming, and that will be all of the point work that I want, because I have got a little plan in mind. It's on this post-it note. You won't be able to see it. What I will do is I will go through layout planning in a separate video. In fact, that will probably be the next video that I do once I have done a little bit of prep work on here. So a couple of things that I need to do is I do need to glue down this foam. However, before I can do that, I still need to work out as well the track plan, because they're going to be cuts to the foam. So I don't want to glue it down, then cut it and have to scrape off. So I'd like to pre-cut a lot of it. So I've got that to do. I've decided that for this project, I am going to use IP Digital switch machines, just for those of you. There you go. a bit closer, IP digital switch machines. That means that I need to modify the points, because the points are obviously have a little centering spring or a little keeper spring, and that needs to be taken out, which you can do. There's a little metal plate that you remove and you can take out the spring. But at the moment, I've only got 2 of these point motors, and I will be getting some more. But the thing is with these aren't just like your solenoids, which cost you sort of like, 5, 6, 7 quid. These are like £25 each. So I will be getting them kind of as I go along, which does mean that initially running sessions are going to be a bit difficult, because the points will all be loose, because obviously I want to lay the track. And to do that, I need to drill the holes first for, the actuating arm of these, and then. So anyway, few things that I need to do and work out. Another one is to do with the actuating arms for these. So I don't know if you can see that, and maybe if I do it up against the wall, that is the actuating arm. And it fits into the side of the point motor, into the little thing. And what you've got, again, you've got that much that will protrude above the baseboard. Now, the only problem is obviously where I've got the foam, and this baseboard is actually quite thick. I don't think I've got, this is going to sit just about here. I don't think I'm going to have enough length. Now, the good thing is this is piano wire, so I am going to go to my local art supplies in Southend, Lawrence Matthews, where they do sell piano wire, and I will buy probably a couple of lengths of this diameter, and I can make my own slightly longer actuating arms, which is all good. So there is no problem here that can't be fixed. But looking at this, it's going to be a little bit of slow progress, little bits done at a time. I have decided on a theme, so this is going to be a kind of modern version of the Barbados Railway. So the Barbados Railway was opened in the late 1800s, but then closed just before the Second World War. It was originally built to 3-foot 6-inch gauge, and then changed to 2-foot 6-inch gauge to try and save some money. And eventually, basically, it wore out and nobody had the investment for it, so it closed. So there is no railway on Barbados. But I'm going to do a kind of what if the railway network not only had remained, but also had expanded, because the railway line went from Bridgetown, which is kind of in the southwestern corner of the island, across through the sort of lower half, and then up the east coast. But I'm just supposing, what if a line had been built up the west coast? And so it's totally fictional. It's going to be in a fictional place, but I want to make it look quite Barbadian. So, it's going to take a little bit of work, but I'm really looking forward to it. What else is going to be? So most of it's going to be also viewable from both sides. So there's going to be no central back scene. There will be some kind of hill formed and lots of trees and things, but you kind of, on this side, you're going to have a bit of a town, maybe a little bit of a harbour. And then on the other side, the railway line is going to run alongside a beach with a siding going into a very, very small old rum distillery, because you've got to have a rum distillery if you're in Barbados. And the only railway that is currently on the island of Barbados is the St Nicholas Abbey Heritage Railway, which I will put a link to at the end of this video, to the films one of the films that I've made about it. And even though it's a tourist railway, it has been built to the 2-foot 6-inch gauge that the Barbados Railway was built to. So there you go. It's kind of a bit of a brief update. I've got a couple of extra bits of rolling stock, which I'll probably introduce in a separate video once I start getting a few more bits and pieces in. I'm also been doing a lot of research. If you like 009 or you want to get into 009, then I highly recommend the videos of George Williamson. I will put a link in the description to his YouTube channel. And he's a very nice bloke. He's kind of one of our chat group friends that we have. And he's got some very good how-to videos if you want to model 009 or narrow gauge railways. So go and take a look at his channel. Okay, so I think that's it from me for this update. Apologise, it is a bit echoey in here because it is a bit cavernous at the moment. But if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free and it gets my channel more noticed. The little bell's going to come up. When it comes up, click it, press all, and you'll be notified of all my videos as they come out. If you're watching this on a mobile device, you may be able to hype this video. Please feel free to do so. It's a little button and you click it and it just goes, woo, hype. Doesn't give me anything else, but again, it makes the channel more visible. Now, obviously, if you have any comments or questions, you can either post them below or you can email me on the email address that's at the bottom of the screen. I'm also available on all of these social media sites, so feel free to go on, say hello, follow, all of that kind of thing, and you can contact me through there as well. As I said, I'm going to link a video, maybe this corner, could be this corner, I don't know. Everything's backwards at the moment because I'm doing this with a front-facing camera. But anyway, a video is going to come up. That will be the video that I told you about for St Nicholas Abbey. There's 2 of them on my channel, but I will see if I can put both of them up. I'm pretty sure that I can. But that's it from me. Thank you once again for watching. My name's Steve. I'm the British Railroader, and I'm saying goodbye to you from my 009 layout. Bye-bye.